hello everyone, how are we doing? Everyone having a good night tonight? Ready for my second stream this week? As I start returning back to Tuesday nights. Heard a lot of news, a lot of things on in the gaming news scene earlier today. Apparently, the 3DS is still a thing. Sorry, I just got a funny text message. Oh, let's see. If I were just to Google this, what would come up? Is Game Informer still a thing out there? 5 re-releases we can't wait to play again. I can talk about that. No, I don't want to accept your cookies. Cookies, they'll never get my recipe, says my grandma. From beyond the grave. How's everyone doing tonight? Happy Tuesday evening to all of you. Hopefully the week is going along pretty well. I've never played that game. It says 5 games we can't wait to play again, and I have not played a single one of them on this list. What about game remakes? Makes me... Sometimes I am only all about game remakes. Let's get that started up here. Question mark box kind of goes out of... Is it the... Yeah, it's the light above it. Wish that showed up better. Hey, I see Pizza Boy. Evening to you as well. Hey, Savage Duck. Welcome to the stream. It's been a little while since I've talked to you, it seems like. How you been? Wet the whistle a little bit. Jeff Stevenson, welcome to the stream. How are you doing tonight? Yes, how am I doing on this chilly night? I am keeping... It is warm down here, believe it or not. I actually just had to turn the heat down because the vent blows right in this direction. And I mean, in 30 seconds, I am on fire over here, so... In case you guys are wondering, yes, I'm going back to some PC Engine CD streaming / TurboGrafx CD streaming. Talk about something infuriating. Well, I guess not infuriating, but frustrating. So if you guys can see where this package is from, this package contains the AV to HDMI adapter that I ordered. And sadly, it doesn't work. This is the 5th adapter that I have ordered that is supposed to keep the proper, 16:9, scrunch it down to 4:3. It's the only one, I'll say the last one that's supposed to do that, at least for an affordable price. So I'm going to have to start paying more money for these things and seeing what happens. This is the 4th one I've returned. I'm surprised Amazon isn't flagging my account for orders being returned because I don't know what the deal is. The only one I can get to work is the one that stretches the footage, and that's why all of my TurboGrafx 16 footage for those reviews are stretched to 16:9. I'm not doing that on purpose. It's because that's the only way I can capture game footage right now. My DVD recorder is dead. And that's what I was using to capture footage from real consoles. So I've switched back to the old converter. I'm squashing it down for here. But I'm going to re-record footage for some of these things. So I'd already gotten footage from Fighting Street. But I'm going to have to re-record footage in the proper aspect ratio. So we're going to try it again now as we get started here. And I'm just going to go ahead and let this load. So yes, I already played this before. I'm going to play it again. I'm not looking forward to it because Fighting Street is just not good. Fighting Street is the original first Street Fighter before it got renamed to Street Fighter. I'm assuming... Did it have a... Yeah, here we go. Let's look up some of the info on this game as I'm getting it started up here. Street Fighter, the video game, is a 1987 arcade game developed by Capcom. It is the first competitive fighting game produced by the company and the first installment in the Street Fighter series. While it did not achieve the same worldwide popularity as its sequel, Street Fighter II, when it was first released, the original Street Fighter introduced some of the conventions made standard in later games. There we go. Such as 6-button controls and the use of command-based special techniques. So I'm just reading this off of Wikipedia as it says there. That's the whole thing. It was re-released for the Wii's Virtual Console, which is probably where I played it. I downloaded almost all the TurboGrafx games for the Wii when it was out because I didn't have a TurboGrafx back then. And this I have the CD for, so we're going good there. It says in 1988 is when it was released for PC Engine, as under the title Fighting Street. I'm wondering if that was like a trademark thing, because yeah, the original flyer still says Street Fighter. Oh, let's see here. Savage Duck has been doing good. He's gotten to an alpha test for a game. Really? Alpha test? So you're going to be helping him debug or just reporting bugs? Do you actually have to put in solutions too, or do you just debug? Or just point out the bugs and somebody else goes in and fix them? I see Pizza Boy has had 2 DVD recorders and a mini DV recorder to capture digital footage. Yeah. I have another one that I'm hesitant to use at the moment. I got it at Goodwill, and I don't even know the condition of it. Like, I wanted to get it restored before I actually start using it, so just basically do some cleaning and some maintenance on it, make sure the drive rails are lubed up. I gotta do some prep with it, but I just haven't done it yet, and I thought for sure I'd be able to get something that can interface with my laptop so I don't have to record it in 480i and then convert it to something I can edit in iMovie and upscale it. So I'd rather just... All 3 units you got at Goodwill. Interesting. You're going to have to take your dog out, but you'll probably be back. Okay, that's all right, Savage Duck. Stop by anytime you like. Favorite mini DV? Oh yeah, to having a FireWire port. Yeah, this other one I just got from... Well, not just. I've had it for a little while. From Goodwill has a FireWire port as well. That would have been awesome when I had my my mini DV camera. That would have been awesome. Because the only way I could get that into my computer was through the Windows Vista interface. It was actually meant for Windows XP, but they made a driver for Vista and it barely worked. It was awesome. I mean, if you go back, I'll have to see if I can find any of the video clips from that camera. Because the digital quality on the tape was fine, but when you try to record it to an SD card and then put it on the PC, the quality was just horrendous. It just was not good. Remember the original Street Fighter in the arcade with huge punch buttons that you actually punched? Like, hit it like that. There we go. Trying to do a into the mic, but I got the pop filter in here, so it's probably not going to do it. Let's go ahead and get started with this thing. Like I said, I wasn't looking forward to playing it, but I got to. Okay, I'm going to get beat very quickly by the computer, but at least I'll try Japan. Who's Japan's character? Is it, Ryu, probably? Yep. Ryu versus Retsu. Gotta love that music. Gotta turn that volume up. We gotta crank this. We gotta crank the tunes on the TurboGrafx CD. Oh, he's already hitting me. And if I remember, Turbo does nothing here. Oh, it's so sluggish. I'm not even going to move. I'm just going to keep spamming the buttons that work, right? You can't catch me. That's right. Ryu won the first round. What's that James Bond villain that says, "I am invincible"? Still use a Windows 7 based laptop? Well, Windows 7 would, Windows 7 probably would be better for that because they still have Windows Movie Maker. Do you put, like, the Star Wars titles in? When I had Windows Movie Maker, I did that all the time. It didn't matter. All of my college projects, everyone hated because I would have like a minute and a half of a Star Wars text crawl before everything. Like, so I was doing a lot of teaching demonstrations. So I would say how to diagnose a reading deficiency in a 6th grader, and I would have the Star Wars theme play with the credits that scroll up. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, we were in college trying to learn how to teach kids how to read. and I'd have like 4 paragraphs of stuff on there. It was just, I was the annoying not iMovie, the annoying Windows Movie Maker creator guy. Which is probably nostalgic now, because if you go back to like early YouTube videos, you'll see that. Enemy 1, oh, he timed me out. Alright, we gotta pay more attention to this. You'll see those early Windows Movie Maker title crawls on everything that are like twice the length of the videos almost. We're talking like 2005 when YouTube was fresh. Back before the company, back when Google's motto was do no evil, but they didn't own YouTube yet. Oh, I'm gonna win this one. Now he's got to go on the offensive. Ah. Ugh. Charlie Brown, you blockhead. As I say, I'm not going to win this, but if I do on that, like, half sliver of life I have... Okay, hang on a second. He, like, glitched, like, 400 pixels away from me. Okay, I'm definitely not going to beat him, but I'm just going to try not to get knocked out. How many seconds did I have? Like, 4 seconds? 2 seconds.
You've got a lot to run before you beat me. Try again, kid.
And that horrible digitized speech. I am not going to continue. That was a terrible, terrible effort. Oh, let's see what we got here. Still use Windows 7 laptop for getting your footage from tape to PC using an external eSATA. eSATA, that's a bit retro, isn't it? I don't think they make eSATA on devices anymore. You can probably get eSATA to USB 3. Since there's no USB 3 on them, yeah, it's going to be faster than USB 2, I think. This game is on the Street Fighter Collection on Switch, but it's the arcade version. Yeah, that's probably going to be better. If I had to guess, the arcade version's probably much better than this. So I am going to do this one more time, but I'm going to do player 1 versus player 2, and I'm just going to not take over, like, let player 2 just take the full beating here in a second. No titles, you just do straight capturing and edit back to the mini DVDs. Well, yeah, I don't put titles on my game capture footage. I was just talking about like the early days. I didn't upload any YouTube videos until I started this channel, but I used to make like little fun videos for my friends and things like that beforehand. It annoyed the crap out of them, hence why YouTube is a better outlet for me. I find the audience that actually at least watches it. I don't know if they want to, but they actually watch it, so. And most of them don't complain. I do get the odd comment every now and again, but I try not to pay attention to those. Funny thing is, the raw files are massive for standard def. Oh, I don't doubt it, because they're probably not using any sort of compression. Like, I gotta think, Windows 7 could have been anything from 2009 to 2015, potentially. Because I remember this was a huge thing with Windows XP as well. After Vista came out, you can still buy PCs with Windows XP. You didn't have to upgrade to Vista. Same thing with Windows 8 when it came out. A lot of people still wanted 7 instead of 8, and I should have been one of those people, but I actually liked Windows 8's Windows Media Center. I used it like a DVR. So that was kind of fun. 45 minutes is like 15 gigabytes. Yeah, sorry, I don't have the space for that. I have like maybe 2 terabytes on my home server, on my home file server, and I try to, a lot of that actually would have been taken out. I used to have more, but I had a lightning strike that took out a couple drives, so, or I'll say power surge, I call it a lightning strike. Montrose Ross, welcome to the stream. The original Street Fighter games played just as bad as hack Street Fighter games that fans of Street Fighter back in the day made you, oh yeah, made in the day and put them on NES carts. That's amazing. eSATA is just as fast as internal SATA, no speed loss. Oh, really? So that's close to 500 megabytes a second? That's still, like I said, not quite USB 3. I think it's 500 megs a second is what internal SATA would do. Now, M.2 SATA can go higher than that. And I think SSD SATA can go higher than that if you're using that same connector. Hey, B-Dog Studio, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's a neat game in history, but I hate playing it. It's the only fighter where button mashing doesn't work at all. So I'm going to try to spam this. Let's try America. USA. Ryu versus Ken. Why am I Ryu again? I thought I chose... Is America... Is Ryu American? I thought he was Japanese and Ken was American. Oh, I choose my opponent. Oh. There we go. Now I'll finally win. So I'll win my first match. Oh, this is going to get boring. Oh, right in the crotch. His ankle's going to be sore in the morning. Hey, Peter Studenko, welcome to the stream. This game was released on the Commodore 64. Whenever I think of Commodore 64, I think of there's a line in a Weird Al Yankovic song called "It's All About the Pentiums," where he says, "You think your Commodore 64 is really neato? What kind of chip you got in there? A Dorito?" And that's so. Whenever I think of Commodore 64, I always think of that line. Of course, this was a song in 1999 talking about computers in the 80s. That computer that. I remember he said he maxed out his RAM. He got himself 100 gigabytes of RAM. And I gotta tell you, I always thought to myself, wow, 100 gigabytes of RAM, you'll never use that. And I guess Windows 10 supports 2 terabytes of RAM, so. Okay, Ken wishes me good luck. I'm gonna need it too, because I'm not gonna win again against Joe. I remember saving up for your TurboGrafx CD back in the day, buying this for a little over $400, and wanted to return the thing because it was so horrible, but you kept it. Aren't you glad you did though? That you kept hold of it? It's hard to explain. Every single one of my button presses is delayed by like half a second. Is that right, Jeff? And sometimes I press it and I feel like it doesn't even go. His ankle's gonna be sore in the morning too. Am I? Oh. Spam it. Yes! I don't know how I beat that one. Use the BIOS to change the boot drive. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. I'd boot often from a USB drive at work. Just to get a system up and running quickly. That to me is strange. I have these solid state USB 3.1 drives, I think. Nah, it's probably 3.0 because they're still the old connector. But those things are super fast. Like I can dump the entire contents of a hard drive in like 30 seconds. Yeah, he's gonna kill me. You had the original Breadbox C64. I have one of those, but it powers up, but it doesn't display any video. I bought it knowing it had that issue, and I just haven't been able to fix it. This is the video. If it's something I can fix, like swapping out a chip, I would do that, but I'm actually kind of waiting for someone to volunteer to help me fix for me. Because I think the big thing I have now is that it takes so long to figure out what the issue is. It just takes the amount of time. Now, if I did YouTube full-time, like some other YouTubers that restore Commodore 64s and other Commodore equipment... Oh, I was going to say if I win. Just by kicking his ankles again.
You've got a lot to run before you beat me. Try again, kid.
It's the same voice for every single one of them. They have an entire CD of storage. What happened to all that unit? I am not continuing out of this one. I got enough footage for me. You guys see me get my butt handed to me, except for when I let the computer just sit there and do nothing. So that's Fighting Street. Let's go ahead and try a different one. I gotta swap, and I was gonna do these in order. Oh, now I am looking forward to playing this game again. I am actually really forward to playing this one again because this one was actually kind of fun, and I knew I wanted to come back to it eventually. Didn't think it'd be so soon. Let me get it loaded up here. My MacBook fan, the last couple streams has been really loud. I was going to say whiny, but I guess I've been doing a lot more of that than the MacBook has. Hey, Damon, welcome to the stream. Saw an interesting doc about Jack Tramiel and the C64, yep. Yeah, he went to Atari after Commodore, yep. You have a C64 with a breadbox keyboard. Oh, a 64C, sorry. Yeah, that's an interesting combination. So you guys are going to start looking up what these are actually supposed to be. What? Hang on. I had a load error for a second. Which I have, strangely enough, never seen on this system. There we go, that's the one I want. This is what I'm playing next. What? Why didn't it? It's supposed to say Monster Lair. Every time, as soon as I think I have this... Oh, that's why. JPG versus JEPG, whatever. Still didn't do it. There it is. Now, the strange thing to me about this game is that it is... If you look at the cover with that bright pink font and the pink that's on the cover with the green, it doesn't really look that appealing. At least it doesn't to me. If I saw this game sitting on the shelf, I'd have been like, nope, I don't know what this is. Especially, look at the front. It looks like an RPG, doesn't it? Like a role-playing game. Because I guess the original series of... This is actually Wonder Boy in Monster Lair, is its full title. But they just went with Monster Lair, and that was probably a good thing, because if I saw a game called Wonder Boy back in 1990, I probably would have been... Or 1989, I probably wouldn't have been impressed with that either. White casing with a black keyboard. Breadbox 64 would freeze if no tape connected, and it must be in play a lot. You know, I got that SD to IEC device so I could use, basically use it as a disk drive or use it as a tape drive. I have a C2N data set as well, and I also have the 1541 disk drive with it. But I figured the SD card would be helpful to load all the games onto and then just play them. Yeah, Jeff says the lag was absolutely horrendous, and now that you're streaming, it's got to be worse even you know how to play it. You know, the TV is only slightly more delayed, but when I look at the stream on the computer in front of me, it is a bit delayed on here. So yes, it was at least a half a second each time I pressed the button. Still talking about Jack Tramiel. The TurboGrafx was annoying, that the jewel case was black on the back, so you didn't know what the games really looked like. Oh yeah, they didn't have any screenshots or anything. I have a couple of them that still have the artwork, and it wasn't until the later games where they actually decided to put some effort into the back of the case as well. I guess they figure the front case, but I mean, look what they did for the front case. That, like I said, this wouldn't have interested me back in the day. Well, it looks like there's no demo, so I'll just go ahead and start playing it. But this is not an RPG. This is a... Oh, it's two-player at least. This is actually a scrolling shooter. So again, that's just one of those things where I'm like, really? And actually, this reminds me more of Adventure Island than it does anything else. Oh, I didn't want to grab that. I do not like this weapon. I almost fell off. Oh, there we go. Ooh, that's a nice one. This one's nice too. Ah. Oh, almost fell off. The controls are a little slippery. but it's not terrible. And the power up on your weapon apparently doesn't last forever. Oh no, I only take 2 hits. So I have a feeling I should be saving. Yeah, this was definitely the easier path to take. Oh, look, a lemon. Music's not bad. There it is. And if I'm right, I don't think... Can you pause? Oh, you can pause. Music still plays too when you pause. Of course, that's the only thing you can do on here. Hey, Christopher Lawrence, welcome to the stream. Second stream and you're late. No, that's alright. This is gonna be... I'm back on Tuesday nights now. Can't do Sundays. It was just always... I was always under pressure to get done with everything and get home in time. So Sundays are gonna be family days, I guess. After Wonder Boy, we had Wonder Dog on Mega CD. Oh yeah, I remember that game too. You have 3 1541 drives, modded up with a dip switch to change it. Oh yeah, change that device number. And change the data sets. Oh, with a device number and data set and 1541. Huh. I think that's right, B-Dog. I think this is Wonder Boy 3, but again, the TurboGrafx version is just named differently. Okay, each time I kill a group of fish, I get a new power-up. Ah. This could be it. This is where I could be using it. One hit and I'm dead. Look at the creativeness here. He loses his scales and shows his skeleton. That's it. Oh, continue? Continue, yes. Oh, but now I have to... Yep, turbo does not work out very fast. I'm gonna go through all my continues here real quick. And that is quick. Really wish I had another weapon. There it is. Oh, his face is turning red, hopefully. Hopefully that's a good sign. Why did I go down and go right into the fish's path? Alright, so apparently I have to get as close to this guy as I possibly can. They're right in front of me and I still can't hit them. I don't know if you guys hear me clicking that button every single time. A lot faster in turbo, believe it or not. Oh. That's something. That boss reminds you of Cuphead? It's probably inspired a little bit by it. Hey, OXO, how we doing tonight? Ooh, that was a nice power-up. What? I fired my weapon. Ugh. You hear me say that a lot, and it really, really makes me think of Yep. Wasn't gonna win that one. Well, that was nice while it lasted. I don't know what this little bubbly thing is. Ah. And that's game over. I said it goes quick, and I'm not very good at it with that lag, but I got a little bit farther than I think I did last time. Turbo Duo didn't use battery backup. Sort of used a supercapacitor to store its memory contents. Oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. At least the, what did the, turbo booster use then? Genesis version of Wonder Boy has no battery in it as well. Used an early version of Flash called Ramtron. Huh. So that's like a okay, so like a solid state flash memory. Well, that's going to end. So it's pretty quick. We're going through them. I'm replaying some of these games because I have to capture footage for them. But the next one I'm going to do, I actually have not streamed before. Let's see what happens with this one. And let's see if I change the picture, if it'll actually change. Loading, loading, loading. Next game is now loading. Load them up, load them up, load them up, load them up, load high. All right. Nope, wrong one. Let's try that again, shall we? Nope, it didn't change. Why did that work last night but not tonight? I guess it wasn't last night, it was Sunday night. This is what I'm streaming now. Hey, Hepwo. 91-222. Wonder Boy games on the TurboGrafx 16. Ones you played were Dragon's Curse. Now that game is actually pretty good. I've played that before on the stream. Dragon's Curse was actually pretty good. And yeah, I played it on the Sega Master System too. Because that one was called Wonder Boy and something in the Dragon's Curse or something like that. Yep, and New Adventure Island, definitely good ones. Hackland. I did play that before. But right now I'm just on the Turbo Duo CD at the moment. I mean, I could go back and play some of the TurboGrafx regular games, but I feel like I've already played most of them on the stream, and if not, I did play most of the TurboGrafx games for the review, so surprisingly not burned down on it yet.
Ys, the ideal utopia. Once a country so peaceful and prosperous. A country where children were as free as the wind.
Nice cutscene in the intro.
A country where harmony blew through the hearts of all men. Ys, a kingdom ruled by the wisdom and charity of its 6 powerful priests.
I've got it maxed out on the stream.
And blessed by the enchanting aura of its 2 beautiful goddesses. Ys, the seemingly tranquil paradise suddenly pulled from the height of its civilization to the empty abyss of infinite isolation.
Did they get Captain Sulu to record for this? George Takei?
From the face of the planet.
Or George
How
Takei?
could such prosperity be forgotten?
Do you know how I remember how to pronounce George Takei?
Silenced for over 700 years.
It's actually kind of funny. He did this on a late night talk
And
show.
now,
He explains how to pronounce his last name.
unfolds.
Non-volatile ferric RAM, FE RAM. Storing saves on some Genesis cards. Okay. With the Japanese characters in there, nice. Or it looks like Japanese characters. The Hudson version of Final Fantasy, pretty much. Yes, the audio works much better now than it did before, thanks to that restoration. Loom was pretty cool back in the day. Ys 1 and 2 is your favorite TG16 game of all time? That's awesome. Hopefully I enjoy it then. I don't want to knock it while you're on the stream. But anyway, the George Takei thing is he was on a late night talk show and he says, "How do you pronounce your last name?" And he says it's George. It's like George Too Gay. George Takei. And I guess it's stuck in my head, so that's why I remember it. All three Ys games are excellent. I did like Ys 3. Ys 3 is quite good. And this is looking like an extension to that. Good beat. God, I'm gonna sneeze. Voice acting was actually good in a 1990 game? Yeah. It was few and far between, that's for sure. Squirt some hand sanitizer there. Gotta let it dry up. Ys equals grease. That could be a way to remember it. I remember the first time I read it, I was like, Wise? I know it's not called Wise. Like, I really thought to myself, there's no way it's called Wise. I gotta look up how to say this. So that when I do the review, I don't get corrected by 40 million people. And surprisingly, it's still a series that's very active, even in North America today. This seems like the type of series, I mean, I'm not meaning any offense by this, but this seems like the type of series that would, like, disappear from North America and only be popular in Japan. So I'm very glad that's not the case. I play air guitar almost as good as I play rock band guitar. Now that would be an interesting thing to stream. I know I can't though. Oh, I'm starting off on a ship. Just like in Final Fantasy IV/2. Is there someone out there right now who's going to tell me there was no Final Fantasy IV, they skipped it? I'm sure there's someone out there who thinks that. Hey, Sushi Slav, welcome to the stream. I do not know what Ys means in Japanese. I can barely pronounce it in English. Welcome to Estria. Please wait, swordsman! Now I'm gonna do the voice acting. My name is Sarah. Oh, that's okay, so I'm assuming that's... My name is Sarah, I'm a fortune teller. No, my name is Sarah. You are the one I've been looking for. Please follow me to my... Oh, shop. Okay, I was not expecting the word shop to end that sentence. Here's my store. Please come in. Woohoo! I can move. Oh, the movement's a little more stiff, but the, in Ys 3, it's the only view I've seen is that it's a side view, not a top-down view. I know I can go into the shop, but I need to figure out how to talk to people. Oops, that was too quick. I found an unusual silver shield, but a weird man in a black cape took it from me. Please get it back from him. Okay, well, I'll do that as soon as I enter this lady's shop here. Sarah shop. Something terrible is going to happen in this country. Don't you hate it when you go shopping and they bring politics into it? You're the only one who can save us. Look, lady, do you work for me or do I work for you? I walked into a shop to buy stuff. However, you'll need the proper weapons for your battle. Please purchase a sword, shield, and armor from the weapons shop. When you return, I will tell you what I would like you to do. Sounds kinky. Alright, let's see here. You know what ease means in Japanese? I already read that Japanese culture is actually really Greek. Kurosawa. Google say, ease mean yo sincerely. LOL. That intro music, remember me to Willie Beamish intro on Sega CD? and how would you remember that intro? Because it was like 4 hours long. The Willie Beamish intro. My father is the mayor of Septic Village. That sounds like septic. Like, my parents had a septic tank. If you don't know what that is, basically, instead of the when you flush the toilet, it going to like a sewer, and then far, far away, it goes into your backyard. So, I would not want to live in Septic Village. He seems worried lately. Will you please go and see what troubles him so? Should have looked up the strategy guide to this, but really, I just want to get to a couple of battles. There's a steep ridge to the northeast here known as Clifton's Cliff. The thieves seem to hide out near there. You know, has anyone ever found hints that these NPCs give you in early RPGs? Anyone find them helpful? Because I never do. Well, I want the katana, but I probably can't afford it. I see you have an eye for swords. This is a sword made for the cost 5,000. Can I put it on credit? Yeah. Bet you can afford the short sword. What did it say? This battle is useful? Okay. I thought it said this is not useful. I'm like, why would I buy it then? Sorry, I'm in rare form tonight. Hey, Savage Duck, welcome back. What game am I playing? This is Ys Book 1 and 2 for the TurboGrafx CD. Playing it on my restored Turbo Duo. Try Willie Beamish intro on YouTube is fantastic. Oh, I have the game. I don't need to see it on YouTube unless they do a parody of it. Not really much of a spoiler. A story point. The baddie in Ys 1 is having all silver taken because it's his weakness. Oh, okay. Attacking angles, bump in combat, that is the key in Ys 1. I'll probably forget that and just die very quickly. I'm gonna buy that. I'll have to figure out how to equip things here later. Okay. What can I do for you? Let's go ahead and buy armor. Reflex armor, I don't know what that is. Plate armor? Is it made out of paper plates? Hopefully I still have enough to buy a shield. 700, I don't have a shield. Sorry. Hopefully she didn't tell me to buy a shield. I think she told me to buy a couple things and I didn't pay attention. Ah, there we go. Equipment. Alright, does it automatically equip it? Because I know in Ys 3 I had to, like, actually equip it later on. It's not letting me use the sword in town, so... Have I heard about the man in the black cape? He's a real creep. There's something dreadful about this man. His cape glows pale light. Beware of him. That doesn't sound like a bad guy. Is it like the dark saber? He has the dark cape. And it glows. Something terrible is going to happen in this country. Tell me about it. I saw the election results too. You are the only one to save us. However, you need the proper weapons for battle. Purchase a sword and a shield and armor from the weapon shop. Well, I don't have enough gold. I love gold. How do I get out of here then? I'm assuming I have to go battle some things and then come back with enough to buy the shield. Unless that other lady that invited me back to her house is gonna pay me for something. I am Lair. Oh, I am Lair, the poet. My silver harmonica was stolen. I'm lost without it. Well, I don't have enough I haven't even gotten enough for the main quest. I don't want side quests already. So far, the dialogue is exactly like Final Fantasy I on the NES. My kids often play underneath the Rhoda tree. Rhoda. Rhoda. Ah, sounds like my mom. There's so many goons out there, I'm worried. My grandpa always told me there was a silver sword concealed somewhere near this town. Silver again, yep. All NPC and RPG will give you information. For example, I am Air. Yeah, no kidding. The thieves have stolen many treasures from the shrine and have stashed them in their hideout. Sounds like I have a hideout to go find. Okay. Equipment. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna use the sword. I have it in my hand. I'm pressing all of the buttons. Ouch. Oh, somehow I hit him. So I have to get near him. Okay. Well, I'm getting gold for it. That's all I care about. Equipment. Alright, I have armor on now, too. Yeah. I can't take it back. I'm addicted to this game now. Oh, I got him. Excuse me, I'm just walking gently into you. I'm just going to keep you up. Okay, that's addicting. All I do is just run into people. Can you imagine if running into someone caused them to die? Especially with how much space I take up. I was afraid of knocking into things. So, do I even have to hold... I'm holding down what I'm assuming is the attack button. I have to get... How much was the shield again? It was like 700? 700 quatludes or something like that? I feel like I can do what people do in modern RPGs, which is just sit there and keep... That guy wasn't worth a lot of gold. Oh. Do I have to attack the puppies? They're probably not puppies, but that's what I'm calling them. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the trees. Somehow I went through the trees and got stuck. There we go. Oh, I got hit with something. I'm dying. I need health. Excuse me. I'm back home. I need to find the inn and I can heal. I don't even know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just... How much gold is that worth? Is that like worth like 2 gold coins? Nope, 10. Yeah, I am almost completely out of health. Bump at angles. How can you do that? They're moving so darn quick. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I can't attack people in the town. I guess that's a good thing. Wouldn't want to destroy these great hints I'm getting. Let's go in here. Nope, can't go in there. In here? Nope. I need health. Lots of health. Health! I need some healing health. Not just any healing health. What's this? Oh, this is something. Oh, it's Orman's Bar. Do I talk to the one-eyed man, the bearded man, or the bartender? Take a quick break from talking. Well, you guys let me know about that one. I told you I forget about bumping the angles. It immediately went in one ear and out the other. Not an RPG without random encounters. You know what? That's actually something I didn't even notice. You're right. There's no random encounters in this game, which is the same with the first game, too. Stand still in the field. Oh, if I stand still in the field, I heal? Okay. I'll rather remind you of highlight. Hide. Yeah, not so much. You just walk into enemies to attack, but it's better to attack at an angle just off center, not straight ahead. So you don't have a chance of getting hit. Okay, so I did notice that I did have better luck with that, but when they were all there in the same thing. What was wrong with the election? I'm kidding, Savage Duck. I was being, you can say satirical, but I was mostly being sarcastic. I figured if I said I was upset with the election, I'm assuming people would from either side would either agree or disagree. So I'm just poking and prodding, making jokes while I'm doing this. Hey, Jet Screamer, welcome to the stream. Also, you can save whenever you want. You should do that a lot. Thanks, Eplo. I can see that you have the utmost faith in me. As I'm running around screaming with this sliver of health. Nobody told me who I should talk to, so I'm going to talk to the one-eyed man. Hey, brother, will you listen to my story? Listen here, people. Listen to my story. A little story about a man named... I'm Donis. Okay. I lost an expensive sapphire ring you bought for your wife. Oh no. I had to work hard. I had to work long and hard for that ring. That is what she said. Now I don't dare go home. As I know my wife is angry, I'm sure that they stole it from me. Well, wait a minute. Was the ring on her finger or something? How'd she lose it? Yep, I don't want to listen to anyone else. If I'm not getting health out of this, I don't want to do that. And I do appreciate that you are around. Can you please health me? Yeah. Oh, sorry to hear that, Icy Pizza Boy. Very sorry to hear that. Lost another friend yesterday. So far, 2 friends and 1 family member passed away. Man, I am really sorry to hear that. Hopefully, my struggles with video games takes your mind off of it for a second. All right, I'm gonna stand here, and if somebody walks up to me and starts killing me, oh, my health's back. So I can probably just go out to the town, go out back in and out of the town too. I kind of want to get hit so I can see what happens. Okay, yeah, I don't even have to hit the, I don't even have to hit a button to attack people, it is a lot easier to attack them head on, though, I gotta say. Yep. I'm not getting hit that often. I am gaining some gold. This is, whoops. Slightly later, so I paused my recording so the files will be a lot smaller. I don't want to have 15 gigs for every 14 minutes of footage. Or how long was that we were talking about earlier? So I guess I have to say this, what video game remakes are you guys most forward-looking to? Apparently there's a ton of them. There's 5 of them that Game Informer told me about. And I had not played a single one of them before. I'd heard of one of them. Stardew Valley apparently is getting a remake. Does anyone know about that one? I've seen Stardew Valley, I just don't ever remember playing it. Okay, I got hit. And yeah, right. Yep, all I have to do is just stand still. Which, you know me, I can't do that. No! And you told me I should save too, and I didn't. Well, I may try that again. I don't know. That seems like enough to give me a good impression of the game, and there are some other games I want to play with it. That no was a genuine no. That wasn't like rehearsed. That could have been an expletive as much as it was the word no. Oh, okay, so I stood still in the town and that's what did it? Okay. Favorite remake is Vertigo Remastered, which changes enough to be a remake. I don't think I've played that one either. Vertigo Remastered. What was that originally on, Savage Duck? Resident Evil Resident Evil 8 looks great, and really influenced by 4. So I did see that 4 is available on the Switch. Somebody that I follow on Twitter was downloading it before I got on the stream. But the other ones they put on here is going to be Braid Anniversary Edition, which is a puzzle game of sorts that has like a watercolor art style. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Okay, I played Mass Effect. I didn't know it was getting a remake on the PlayStation 5. That one I will probably play again. That's one I played before. Disco Elysium Final Cut. No idea what this is. It's a narrative-focused RPG. Looks like an indie game, but that's... I've never heard of it before. And then there's Nier, N-I-E-R Replicant. It's coming to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And then Stardew Valley. So, out of those, I've heard of one of them, and I've only played another one of them. And it says 5 re-releases we can't wait to play again. I think... Because I haven't heard it... Okay, I'm going to turn that off for a second. Let's see what happens. Yep, it's all back to... I haven't even bought a shield, so... Sadly, I don't think I'm going to get back to this one now, but I will play this one off-stream a little while. Just because I want to get through a little bit of the storyline with it. I do enjoy this game. It's just kind of weird that that's how you battle people, is just by running into them. Or, as you said, bump. Now Darkwing Duck. Peter, I did do Darkwing Duck before, but because you asked so nicely, maybe I'll do it later at the end of the stream. That is one I've already played before. Let me switch back. And switch games again. I actually don't remember what the next game is going to be, so I gotta look it up here real quick. Could have left the music going. But sometimes, I don't know, in the last stream I did, I started off with Tiger Woods 07, and the first like 5 minutes of the stream, apparently, I caught 30 seconds of the song in Tiger Woods 07. And that flagged, well, not flagged, but that, it's technically not a strike, but it flagged my entire stream for that. So, just to let you know, the difference between, Ease and Monster Lair and Fighting Street. Monster Lair and Fighting Street were both launch titles for the TurboGrafx CD. Ease Book 1 and 2 was the third one released, and it didn't come out until May. From November of 1989 to May. It was 6 months later. So, that's a long time for a game to be released. And then after that, we have Final Zone 2, which is going to be the next game I'm going to play. I do have that one. I'm surprised how many of the earlier games I have. And I think Final Zone 2 was a good one. I did get the disc resurfaced on this as well as Valis. So hopefully we don't have the skips that happened last time I played this game. Let's go ahead and go back. And start. Start the capture and start that. Well, I should press the run button like it's telling me to, right? Final Zone 2 came out in November 1990. Again, another 6 months after the last game release. So I don't know if these are exactly in order. I'm going off of the timeline on Wikipedia. But I do know it was like there was only 4 games released about in the first year, maybe up to 6 games. And that game console cost, how much did it cost? I think Jeff told me. $400 back in $1989. I guess by the end of the first year, I think it started being discounted.
Top, call off your mission. Bowie.
You heard awesome things about the franchise for Ease, I'm assuming that was. Resident Evil 8, more like a vampire than a zombies. I've seen the trailer for it, The Village, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it turns out, I guess. I doubt I get it at launch. That's a game I can wait for a while to see. The original Vertigo came out in 2016, but it was short and buggy. Didn't see what console it came out on. I mean, I can look it up, but... Ease 1, 2, and 4 were all bump combat. Yeah, I would say it's completely different from Ease 3. And East 3 was good too. It's tough, and you have to grind on it, but it is good. Hey, Dryerlint, welcome to the stream. Porkies for the Atari 2600. Hey, this is a kid-friendly stream. I don't know if we can do that. All right. I forgot. It didn't change my image, so I have to look that up again. It's supposed to be doing that automatically, but whatever. My niece was younger. We used to say whatever so often she would start saying it. It's one of the first words she probably ever said. Whatever. That's probably what she still says to this day because of it. And there we go. That one automatically switched. Covers up half the screen, but it still switched it. Final Zone 2. Another good music. This 1990s synthesizer music, it's still synth music, but it's a CD audio sample of it. It's great. What a time. What a time to be alive was 1990. I would have been cranking this back in the day. My parents had a stereo system with tower speakers that were like twice the height of me, but I would move them. My parents would get mad at me because anybody else do this when they were younger? Did you move furniture in the house? Like you were tired of it being there, so you would actually move furniture? And I'm talking like 5 or 6 years old. Like definitely too young to be moving furniture. And I don't just mean like a foot, like an ottoman or something like that. I mean, I would move the bookcase. I'd take everything out of the bookcase so it was wide enough for me to move it. I would move it to another corner of the room and I put everything back in it. I did that with my bedroom furniture all the time too. Like, I would be like, I'm tired of the bunk beds being over here, let's move them over to this side. I don't know what brought that up. Fighter Street, you mean Street Fighter? Yeah. Did I pick up, or am I going to pick up, the Hue card of Ninja Spirits? Let's see if I did. I have the EverDrive, so it's really... Now that I've recorded all the footage, it's really decreased my motivation to keep buying more games for it. Oh, you know what? If I'm right, I think I bought that one for the PC Engine. Because I have the PC Engine as well, and games are so much cheaper on there. It's not even funny. Okay, maybe a little funny. Nope, not on the... Not on there. And no, I do not have it. I do not have it on the TurboGrafx 16. I must have played that on the EverDrive. It is a good game. I did enjoy it. It's kind of strange to get used to, but I think once you get past what the gimmick's supposed to be about it, the gameplay elements, it's not too bad. I'm just enjoying the music here. Vertigo was on PC? Okay. Would never play because of how bad it was. So what, you guys, you did that in your bedroom a lot, moving the furniture around? Oh yeah. And that's the funny thing is, since the day I moved into this house, I've been in my house for about 5 years now. This house anyway. I have not moved a single piece of furniture. In fact, there are still boxes from the day that I moved in I have not touched because I'm too lazy to move them. Never unpacked them. Just as wherever they landed when I moved in here, that's where they're at until I move out pretty much. Why did I even move them in the first place? I have no idea. You got a pair of Sherwin Vega 380 SEs when you were 20. Parted with him 15 years later as you needed the money to get the cat to the vet. Oh, that's, well, hopefully worth it, but I mean, it's just a cat. I probably would have done the same thing. Are we going to do cat people versus dog people? Who are each... I would consider myself more of a dog person, but I can get along with any animal pretty much. Probably couldn't have a pet bird. Birds are not friendly, in my opinion. Of course, there's a story of me killing one when I was a kid by accident. We used to have a pet bird. His name was Goo. Apparently I turned him into that, so... I was too young to remember. So apparently my baser instincts is to be a serial killer. I'm kidding. That was a joke. Do not report me. I do watch a lot of true crime shows, though. Most of the time, just screaming at him going, what an idiot. There's a Jim Gaffigan joke about that where he says his wife doesn't like that he's been watching a lot of true crime shows. He'll watch them with his wife, And it said it's always just like, it's always a spousal murder. And he said, oh, what did he say? Oh, his wife didn't like that he was taking notes. Yeah, it is like, Ninja Spirit is like Ninja Gaiden or Shinobi, I agree with that one. Born in the 70s, by the 90s, you were young, best decade ever. Oh, it was better in the 80s. I mean, the fact that the 80s have become nostalgic now and all the kids are like, oh, well, this is what life was like in the 80s. I'm like, no, it wasn't. We couldn't wait for the 80s to be over. The 90s were better. The 80s made everything in the 90s so good. Everything that made the 90s good was made in the 80s. Cell phones, CD players, the Nintendo. I mean, everything was made in the 80s, but it was better in the 90s. Birds are noisy, I agree. Born in 70, but you love the 90s. The 80s were great too. I'm not going on a rant. I think that, like, I hated 80s rock for the longest time. It finally grew on me, so I've gotten around that. Like, I didn't like Van Halen. I didn't like the hair bands, Twisted Sister, and things like that. I didn't like a lot of that music back in the day. I've gotten used to it. There was a Cherry Pie by Warrant. She's my cherry pie. You have two cats. They had nowhere to crash. Too scared to kick them out. Yeah, they'll probably slit your throat in your sleep. The cats will. Have you guys seen The Secret Life of Pets 2? Just watch The Secret Life of Pets 2 and watch the cat in that movie. At one point she goes, no offense, or take offense, I don't care. I'm a cat. Remember the summer of '88, the hottest summer of all time that you can remember. And you remember the Bush-Dukakis election? That's a bit too young for me. I remember the Bush-Clinton election, but I do not remember the Bush-Dukakis election. I remember there were references made to it when I was younger. On like shows like Tiny Toon Adventures would make references to it. I remember Tiny Toon Adventures made references to the Johnny Carson show, and I had no idea who Johnny Carson was because I was too young. But I found out about him later. And then I was like, oh, okay, so that's who that guy was. And they also had like Geraldo on there they would make fun of. Animaniacs did that too. It's kind of crazy. The amount of adult references in kids shows back then that we just didn't get. Do you agree the 90s were the best thing? Everything was under the sun? Glamour rock? Yeah. 90s introduced things like medals, eating pizza, playing Sega Genesis or SNES. I know, it's like I said, video games got their birth in the 80s in terms of an industry, but my gosh, was it so much better in the 90s. Especially like that 1995 peak area. I mean, things were good in 99 as well, but I don't know, maybe it's just where I was at in my life. This soundtrack is so nostalgic. Like I said, I'm digging the tunes. I'm just listening to it, and I could probably just listen to it for a while longer. I'm eventually going to play it. You were 10 in 88? Okay. I would have been 2 in 88. Hey, 10 and 2. Is that how you drive a car? Grew up on a horse farm. Could not imagine life without pets. You know, I didn't think I could either. We always had... Don't forget Freakazoid. I'm trying to think... what am I thinking of? Lost it. Let's just start playing games. You guys keep the chat going. First election you ever voted in was Clinton and Dole. If I voted in that election, there would have been fraud. Can you vote when you're 11? Wait, 96. Oh, sorry, I was thinking 97 was the election. 96, I would have been 10.
Take care of Momoko.
Born in 2000, but you like 90s in gaming. That's becoming retro now. I don't know. There's not a lot of difference, I don't think. I guess there is. Nobody wears fanny packs anymore. That was more of a... It was probably a thing that was in the late 80s, but it was more of a... I remember that being more of a 90s thing. Like, I had a hot pink Game Boy fanny pack. Hot pink. I had no problem with it. Oh, yes, it's like Contra. And I can't run and gun. It's a run or gun. And they really like... Yeah. They really like camping out in areas where you're not currently firing. Oh. Oh. Ah. Well, I thought I had more things with pink, but maybe I don't have pink. Like Commando, yeah. Apparently I want to continue. I died very quickly, but we're going to try that again. I forgot I was capturing that whole time, so this video file is going to be huge. Gotcha. Oh, their bullets can go through trees, but mine can't. Oh no, theirs can't either. Yeah. So this is one of those things where you really need to come up with a strategy. Don't advance the screen too much, or it'll kill you. Yeah. Like 400 people come up here. So that's gonna be tough. Can I reach him? What's really tough is to keep your aim going. So, should be hitting him. Missile launchers. Ah! You're right, it's more like Commando. Is that it? Am I not? Oh, okay. Am I not continues? I have to start at the very beginning again. Roxanne! That's all I heard. Only missing that Ron Hubbard music? Yeah. The 80s were great. Commodore 64, VIC-20, classic R&B. Graduated in 86. Hip-hop was just getting started back then, yeah. 19 and 96, that was a really good year. N64, Sega Saturn, and PlayStation all out at the same time. 3DO probably on clearance. Sega Genesis, still Sega's most successful console. And then that was also before... What movies came out in 96? That was probably around the time Happy Gilmore, Adam Sandler's movies were probably coming out. Either that or it was Billy Madison. VHS tapes. Nobody's ever asked me if I thought that my VHS tapes were a waste of money. And I think that I probably got more use out of a VHS collection than anyone ever did. My parents didn't believe in paying for cable TV, so... I watched a lot of things on VHS. We did have cable for a long time when I was younger, but when I got rid of it, that was the thing. And then I had a whole bunch of VHS tapes that I recorded The Simpsons onto. I also had to record, South Park onto tape because my mom would come. She didn't want us watching it because we were too young. So what I would do is she never checked the VCR. Well, that just took care of most of my health. It should be illegal to take away more than one chunk of health with one of those. I'm just gonna keep walking. Yep. That was the inevitable end to that run. Used to have 3 VHS machines hooked up. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of old consoles still hooked up as well. So, this game probably would have given me about an hour before I rage quit back in the day. Probably wouldn't have played that too much. The next game is Last Alert. We're playing these kind of in order. Not specifically because of this order, but because that's kind of how I plan on reviewing them. Because there aren't that many TurboGrafx CD games to begin with. So, let's see if we can get that. Last Alert. Legend of Hiratoma is a good game. HD CRT. You keep talking about that, and I actually am kind of jealous of it. I do like the fact that there's such a thing as an HD CRT. Oh, the PC Engine version of this game. That box art looks amazing. Why did they change it? Am I sure I want to replace it? Well, why not? We're here. I'm playing it. And that fit nicely.
We, the
So here's
special
another
missionaries,
Contra-style
are sent
game?
here to rescue hostages upon a request
Commando
from the
style,
Lloyd
maybe?
government. There was, however, no sight of a camp at the designated location. We had been tricked by the Lloyd regime. What met our eyes instead was...
Oh yeah, the middle LP speed. Yep. Everything that I recorded was on EP or SLP. So yeah, it's the worst quality for trying to play it on something new.
How could Lloyd's government
Hooah!
betray us?
Operation Wolf, kinda. TiVo was your main recording. If you want to keep it, it goes to mini DV if 190 minutes. Super VHS if over 90 minutes. Super VHS, that is a thing. That is a thing.
With these four as its core figures,
I gotta tell you, as much as I haven't commented on it yet, the art styles, like the detail they're able to put on the screen because of all the assets they can have on CD as opposed to the cartridge. Look at that. The artwork on this looks really good.
Yes, Mr. President.
Especially considering the limitations of the TurboGrafx 16. I mean, it still looks appealing, is what I'm trying to say. Like an art style that lives up.
Yes,
stands the test of time.
in mind. Let me handle this.
Is it over?
He's entrusted me with the task.
So you'll ask him then?
Huh,
The
yeah.
only person who could
The beta
possibly
format's the
fight
one that
Force
lost to the
Project
alpha
is this
format,
man.
baby. Alpha
Guy
is
Kazama is the
VHS.
only one.
VHS or nothing. Voice acting is legendary. And how bad it is for this game even for 1990. And here I am talking over it. You know what's funny is whenever I look at the box arts for these to put on the stream, I keep seeing these Blu-ray cases that have TurboGrafx Duo. It's like a custom art style that you can download. I think it's kind of funny because, I mean, I guess if I didn't have the original cases for some of these, I could do that, but why not go with a jewel case? Is it getting harder to find CD jewel cases? Or are they more expensive than buying a Blu-ray case? This sounds like it's synthesized, but I bet you this is a sample. Like a full-on CD track. New or continue? Well, I'll take new for 100, Alex.
I thought I'd find you here.
I thought we'd always do things together, even when we die.
We've received a
Crank
report
this up.
that Lloyd and the Force Project jointly developed a stealth aircraft.
You're not expecting me to steal it.
That's what I want. Spartan has already infiltrated into Lloyd's frontline base, Blue Rhinos. He'll be your assistant on this mission.
Well, I owe Lloyd and the Force Project one, and I always make it a rule to get square with these guys.
Oh, of course. That was kind of nice. Notice how everything's kind of shortly animated because they have to adhere to that. Now that looks like anime. The flashing background and the still character. I think anime kind of lends itself to this. Contact your teammates and raid the enemy base. Yep. So they had a choice of a lot of games to port, and they ported 2 games that were not as good as the other games in the genre they're imitating. Oh, it's hard to move. Well, it's a good thing they can hide in these things, at least. Yes, I can run and gun at the same time at the sacrifice of being able to turn which way I'm shooting. Oh, that was bloody. That looked like the beginning of RoboCop, the way that guy just bled. This looks like, okay, so the bullets never disappear, so you can't outrun them. Yep. You just gotta. I can't tell if the enemies are respawning or not. If I go too far back. I am getting a little better at this. There's just too many of these guys. I don't know what power-up I grabbed, and I'm dead. He ran into me, and I just decided to bleed to death. If real bullets goes at that speed, no, but I would probably still die. I can't run that fast. Are you kidding me? You have a DVD that's hooked up to, yep, hooked up to record retro consoles. Output it via component. Yeah, that's a good setup. I feel like that run's going to be the best one I can do here. Got one hit. Is there cheat codes for like unlimited hits? Because I would really like to see more of this game in the first 5 seconds over and over again. Alright, and this guy behind me is really starting to... appearing behind me is really starting to irritate me. It's like every single... I think that's probably like an auto-spawn thing. If I start going back, and yep, I'm down to one hit, and there it is. No way. A bit frustrating. Not a fan. Really not a fan of this one.
We, the Special Mission Unit, were sent here to rescue hostages upon a request from the Lloyd government. There was, however, no sight of a camp at the designated location. We had been tricked by the Lloyd regime. What met our eyes instead was...
Yeah, you're right. The TurboGrafx does not have a Game Genie.
How could Lloyd's government betray us?
Colonel Kadat of the Republic of Libid, Mr. Lee of the Hong Kong Mafia, Chairman Steve of the Dual Foundation, Dr. Garcia, a brilliant physicist. With these four as its core figures, Force Project, an international armed band, began its evil activities. Its
Yep. Enough of that. I wish I was a voice actor in one of those older games. Alright, the next one we played before, Magical Dinosaur Tour, is actually the next one on the list, but that game is not a game, so it's actually kind of terrible. And probably out of date for the information that it has in it. So let's go ahead and switch to the next one. Again, I'm speeding through these because I've already played them before. I just need enough footage that is in the proper aspect ratio, because I captured these on the old device that would stretch the image, and I'm using a different device than I usually do, which is not very reliable, but at least it's working for now, so why not? I'm returning like the fourth one I've purchased to try to do this. Surprisingly, not the same fourth one. I wonder what game this is. Yeah, the DVD recorder that actually supports the dual Lair DVD plus R discs. That is kind of rare. I have a DVD burner that supports that. It's actually a Blu-ray burner. but it doesn't support the dual layer RWs. I don't even know if that's a thing. And yep, folks, with this game and the Magical Dinosaur Tour, that is all of the games released in the first year of the TurboGrafx CD's life.
You are my first
So just giving you an idea
and my only.
of the kind of titles that came out. This will probably come up in the review at some point, just mentioning the lack of titles and the titles they did port. I should look and see what games came out for the PC Engine during this time, or before this, what games they could have ported that would have been better. That might be a topic for a video. The magical dinosaur tour is waiting to take you away. Take you away. Yep. 2 Beatles references in one night. That is also rare. You know what's funny? When the screen flashes, then this screen flashes, then that screen flashes, then that screen flashes. Because I have the stream control room up, but I also keep the stream live over here too because it doesn't always, yeah, it's just weird. Seeing it flash. It's distracting me. Last Resort does have grenades. I tried the other button, it didn't do anything. Okay, I do like the music here. It's kind of like that 80s action movie, early 90s action movie kind of soundtrack to it. Which is kind of weird because it's another one of those that doesn't have the best quality synthesizer, and yet they decided, let's do a CD audio sample of this, shall we? Oh, those games are meh. Better side-scrolling action games like Legendary Axe, Hue card games. Yes. That's another thing, too. Oh, yeah, and Dracula X. I thought I had that on order, by the way. I ordered it from Japan, because this console's supposedly region-free, so I should be able to play... I should be able to play PC Engine CD games on it. Unfortunately, my order was canceled, so... Which is very sad because it was a very decent price. And I haven't seen that game at the same price since.
That young woman single-handedly brought down the Rogueless King. Is it possible that a mere woman now has the sword of Valis in her possession? She must be a giant of some kind. Even with the massive powers at our disposal,
I think the most impressive thing about all these cutscenes is that it looks like it could have been done on the Hue card, but it would require a lot more space on the Hue card. That's really the difference. They can store more artwork, more animations. That's why this looks impressive. But due to the limitations with the console, this isn't taking up a full screen. Also, the loading speed of the TurboGrafx CD kept it from being full screen as well in certain respects. Doing full screen video at 150 kilobytes a second without any sort of compression, because I mean, really, the TurboGrafx 16 probably couldn't handle the decompression of the video by itself. Remember, 8-bit processor. Oh, that got jumped. Yep, just keep doing this. The music hasn't stopped yet, so this is already an improvement. That's better, more power. Oh, didn't realize there was a bad guy coming. Subway. Oh, of course. I forgot about those things. Okay, so they're kind of home. I've gotten hit by every single enemy. Yeah, you're right, there really isn't, it really feels automated. Okay, jumped. I was trying to set off the secondary weapon. Can't remember how to do that, though. Does it run? Nope, that's pause. Select doesn't do anything. Maybe there is no secondary weapon I can set off. I like the noise she makes when she gets hit. Sounds like a deranged chipmunk. I feel like I took that guy out quicker last time. Okay, yeah. How did I do that? Ah, it's the up arrow. Good grief, Charlie Brown. Blockhead. There's health. I was like a moment away from surviving that, too. Oh, now I have a different weapon I'm sure will be just fine and dandy. I got my Spider-Man mask, whatever that does. Extra life. Heart. Ooh, nice. Nope, that still does nothing. And I no longer have the upper weapon. Warning, a strong warrior, Red Salamander Zaruga, is coming.
I am the Red Salamander Zaruga, one of Roglus's 12 generals. Come, warrior Vari, let's engage in combat!
Why have you come to the world of reality?
I must have your sword.
I don't care, just as long as I can come out quicker. Take that, Zaruga! Yes, Dracula X was a Super CD game, so any Turbo Duo CD with a Super System card should play it. So yeah, the Turbo Duo could do it.
It's you, Reiko.
Awesome.
You've got to save the people of Vacanti. You're the only person in the universe.
Oh yeah,
who can
digital
do
sound
it.
in movies is hard to beat.
What do you mean?
Jet Screamer, it took me
Where are you?
21 years to find one.
I'm at your side as always.
First one I ever saw, I bought, and it wasn't
What happened on
working,
Vacanti?
so I had to get it restored.
Vacanti is now a huge battlefield. The war has turned Vacanti into an inferno, and the people are suffering terribly.
Battlefield?
After you
All three
killed the
Valis games are
Rogueless
pretty
King,
mediocre
the
side-scrolling
people of
platformers.
Vacanti
Yeah, like I said,
split
there's
into
nothing
two
special
armies.
to it.
The
It's
army
not
of the
broken.
Rogueless
I
King
probably would have
and
liked
the
this
army that
game
opposes them.
out of
That
all
is
of
how
the
war
first-year
started.
titles.
Why does the Rogueless army want
Ease
this
I
sort
like
of
now. I
Valis
probably
so
wouldn't have liked that as a
badly?
kid. Monster Lair and this game
The
have
army
been
opposing
kind of
Rogueless has managed to bring back
my
Emperor
recommendations
Magus
for
through an
games out of
opening
this.
in the dimensional field.
And again, that's based off
Magus
of
has
the
taken
expression.
over the anti-Rogueless forces and turned
I
them
hear the
into
sound coming
his
from over
own
there. I have no
army.
idea what's going on.
In the wake of
Like I said, the
invincible
artwork
power
in this
of the Magus
game
army, the
is
Rogueless
astounding.
army
And the
has been
amount of
losing
it
the war.
is also astounding.
As a last resort, the Rogueless army is trying to get its hands
Valis
on
games on
the
Sega
Forest.
Genesis were also cartridge games.
Who is this Magus?
Magus
You have
is
no
the
problem
rightful
playing
heir and successor to the throne of Vacanti.
arcade
also
CD
referred
games
to
or no
brother
dice
of the
without an
Rogueless
adapter.
King.
Yeah, I'd have to get the arcade card and an adapter for that to work, right?
His older.
I am Red Salamander
Brother.
Saruga.
I don't understand. Reiko?
Hey, have a good night, Peter. Thanks for
You
stopping in.
must go to
Appreciate it.
Vanna as fast as you
We'll see you next
can.
time. Next Tuesday. No streams on Sundays anymore. Back on Tuesdays. Never came out for the TurboGrafx 16. That? We're gonna get to hear the awesome music for a little bit. Never came out for the TG16, but the largest Hue card they made for the PC Engine was Street Fighter II Championship. Really? Has an extra lip on it. You know, the Super CD-ROM, the Super CD 3.0 card, whatever that is, also had that extra lip on it too. So they can fit more of that chip on there, I guess. Okay. Don't like these little fly things. Apparently. Oh. Hello there. Yeah. This is like the perfect weapon for this one. Alright, she's no longer wearing just her school uniform is what it looked like. Oh. Okay, I was gonna say, I almost just died because I'm like, oh, I assume I just take a leap of faith here. Do I have to defeat that thing again? No. Respawn right where I die. Yeah, I don't like where that thing ends up. There we go. And there was a heart waiting for me. Up and up and up she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. I kind of remember this from the last time I played it, but I don't remember it very well. Well, I don't know if I wanted to get that or not. Whatever that is. Ouch. Ouch. Ouchie. Oh. Sweet. Minimal health. This does kind of home in on things just a smidge. Okay. Yeah. Probably gonna have to repeat this area again. Yep. Got one life to live. Blue heart. Yeah. Goodness. That is not good at all. Oh, come on, let that be a lot of health. Eh, decent. Okay, I can't jump over it, and I can't duck under it. Oh, and apparently my little shield thing hits it. Warning, approaching a strong warrior, Shadow Panther Gillian. Or Gillen.
Let me pass on this road.
I am the Shadow Panther Gillen, one of Rogulus's 12 generals. I am all that remains of the Rogulis army. In the name of Rogulis and his honor, I shall do battle with you.
It won't do to die here.
Yep, I'm gonna die here, don't worry. Tease it. Got through 2 battles.
Why are you fighting for Magus, and what kind of person is
Excuse
he?
me.
That is none of your concern. Give up your sword and return to reality.
Love the voice acting. That is none of your concern.
It's Magus.
Magus.
Gillen, you are the last general of the Rogulis army. You mean the Rogulis army has been destroyed? And I am the
Your
last
mother was a
warrior?
hamster, and your father
Giving you a
smelled
chance
of
to make your
elderberry.
own choice. Fight or join my army. You wish to die?
You wish to die. Oh my gosh, he split him right in half.
Well, Magus, we meet at last.
You are the one who killed my younger brother Rogulis. Have no fear. We shall meet again.
Judah! Yuko, Veniti was attacked by the army of Magus. Our army has been defeated and Veniti occupied.
And Varia?
Come, we must go at once.
Taking away larger chunks of health now when I run into things. This is just like a test in reflexes at this point. Oh, you want to walk down this open hallway? Not without running into 400 enemies 1/2 second at a time. I got a sliver of health. I think every game at this time period is like, should we give them health? Yeah, but let's just give it to them once every other stage. I'm unstoppable in my new boots. Apparently not. Oh, whatever this is, I don't want it. Oh, that wasn't gonna end well. What I don't like is that they get right within that hitbox area. Oh my, it's taking a lot more hits now. Don't have any other special power-ups neither. Well, at least we have this now. Sad face. Oh, sheesh. Oh, now I have a... what I thought would be a better weapon, but nope. She's got a knife! What are you gonna do, bleed on me? What is that from? Is that the Monty Python one? Mega Man 8? Yeah, let's not talk about the Mega Man series in terms of bad voice acting. Well, everyone, that is the time I had to stream for tonight. We streamed for about 2 hours. I already did a stream earlier this week, and so this is about what I had. But I did get all of the footage I wanted to get captured today, which was all the games up until 1990 for the TurboGrafx CD. What'd you guys think? What was the better one out of the ones that we played? We played Valis II, Final Zone 2, Last Alert, Monster Lair, Ease Book 1 and 2, and Street Fighter / Fighter Street. Yeah, time did kind of fly by tonight. So I was kind of wanting to keep going, but we'll have to save it for another time. Again, next Tuesday is when I'll be back. There is a video coming out on Thursday. I am continuing the Ultimate TurboGrafx 16 review. We got a few more videos of that before I move on to the CD, which is what I'm preparing with these videos. So I think that's going to be it, guys. I had fun tonight. We had a lot of fun in the chat. A lot of people in there. Some people who showed up from Sunday night stream as well. Hopefully some of you guys are making it in here. Let's see what we got here. Time flew. All right, have a good evening and cheers. Hey, you too, Demon Rage. Thanks for stopping in. Christopher Hunts, yep, Ease 1 and 2. Yep. Another one for Ease 1 and 2. Was like your first CD game, so always think highly of it. Yeah, those first ones are very impressionable, right? Super fun. That's good. Glad you guys had a good night. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great night, everyone.